Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here at Keeping It Real 51, welcome, welcome. My name is Michelle, and today I have, you guessed it, a new August haul of Bath & Body Works, only 6. And I'm just going to be showing you which ones that I got. Again, this was another semi-annual sale. These were, I think, $4.12. The last video I did, I think I got them for $3.99. So 12 cents more, right? That's fine. And then I had a coupon for free shipping. So definitely a steal, because I think at the Bath & Body Works stores, I think they're like $18.95 per now for the larger ones. So yes. Anyways, let me know if you have tried any of these scents. Comment below what your favorite Bath & Body Works scent is. I have, I think, 3 old ones and 3 new ones. So let's just jump right in and get into the box. So I'm a little I find it interesting how they wrap them. The last 2 hauls that I got, they were wrapped in bubble wrap, but this one came with the bubble wrap that's exactly how it came. So none of them leaked out, none of them spilled, but maybe they came from a different manufacturer. So, you know, maybe that's a thing. So there's that. So the first fragrance that I got is one that is nostalgia for me, and that is the beloved Cucumber Melon. I think this was my very first introduction to Bath & Body Works as a teenager. My aunt took me to the mall, and this was the one that she let me choose. And I think back then the regular price was about $4, $3.95, I believe. So if you like cucumber and like a cantaloupe honeydew scent, then I think you will love this. I feel like by now everybody knows this because it's a classic, cult classic scent. The notes are crisp cucumber, watery honeydew, summer cantaloupe, sparkling grapefruit, and sheer woods. Oops. And let's see, okay, so this particular one retails for $16.50. And I have my notes here that I took beforehand. Of course, my iPad shut down on me. Okay, so it was originally introduced in the 90s. The fragrance gained popularity throughout the next decade and has remained one of the most beloved, cool, sweet, and classic scents. And I already read you the scents, so there's that. So we won't spend too much time on it. But it is a goodie. It is a really good one. It's a great one where if you were just looking, if you have a tween or like a preteen, just looking to get into the fragrance community, this would be a good one to try. It's not overpowering, and it's sweet, and of course it's summery. Technically we are still in summer. The next one was a new to me, and I believe it is new. This one says $16.95 too. And it is Sweetheart Cherry. Sweetheart Cherry, okay, here we go, was launched in 2024. It's considered a sweet surprise from a secret admirer. Fragrance notes are wild cherry, crushed pistachio, and whipped vanilla. Oh my goodness. So if you like a more gourmand scent, it smells, I've smelled this smell before in a fragrance, and I'm not sure what fragrance other than this fragrance. But if you are a cherry girl and you like a cherry scent, then definitely give this one a try. All right. So I'm new to these small ones. These are 2.5 ounces, and they retail for $9.95. So technically 2.5 ounces for $10 versus 8 ounces for $16.95. Obviously this is the better deal. But if you are blind buying, which I did, if you're blind buying and you're not sure if you're gonna like the scent, it would just make more sense, I think, to get the smaller ones. And even though this said $9.95, these were on sale 3 for $7. I got 3 of them, the small ones, so that's a steal. Trying 3 different fragrances, and these are great for your gym bag, your purse, and so forth. And I believe this one is a dupe. Yes, it is a dupe. It smells dreamy. It smells kind of like a high-end, think Chanel or like Hermes or even like an Estee Lauder, but for a more youthful person, because it's not a heavy white floral. But that all said to say that Madame Mystique is a dupe for Yves Saint Laurent Mon Paris. I no longer have Mon Paris because I went through it, but I did have Mon Paris, and I would say it's 90% a dupe. And again, with these fragrances, you do have to travel with them and take them with you because after a couple hours, they do fade. But I never found that it was an inconvenient, you know, before you get out of the car, before you're gonna be going around people, just to take it out of your purse and give yourself a quick spritz. It's a mood booster. Smells delicious. So that is this one. And it says Madame Mystique, along with being a dupe, features similar notes of bright red berries, rose petals, and sultry woods. I smell the woods in here. According to several online retailers, these are notes that I took. I did not write them myself. Actually, I found these notes on Reddit. It is a fruity floral scent with a hint of patchouli. Patchouli in any fragrance is good to just prolong the fragrance. I find that a lot, you either love patchouli or you hate it. I've always been a fan of patchouli. I remember my aunt back in maybe 1985, way back, giving me a little vial of patchouli. And she was like, you know, the hippie type gal. And I remember her telling me that it's a very strong fragrance on its own, or lots of times they will put that in with perfumes to make it last longer. So, okay, a hint of patchouli, similar to other fragrances that are Into the Night fragrance, which is another Bath & Body Works. Some people are saying that this is also very similar to that one. So if you like Into the Night, which I do currently not have, I think it's a black. I'll have to put it up here. I think I used to have that one too, and I just used it up. I think it's a black container. I don't know. And if you like Coco Mademoiselle, which I do have, similar but not really. This is more dark, like a darker nighttime vibe than Coco Mademoiselle. And some even compare it with Black Amethyst, but a more refined version of the Black Amethyst by Bath & Body Works. So if you have that one, which I've also never had that one. This is a nighttime fragrance. I'm not going to be spritzing this on, you know, and going out in the morning or even the afternoon. I feel like Madame Mystique, even the name, kind of lends to a sense of mystery. So maybe a more nighttime, date night type of perfume. All right, moving right along is Loyal to You. I was most excited to try this one because it's supposed to be a dupe for Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. And I've always wanted that Devotion one by Dolce & Gabbana. This is what it looks like. You may already have it. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember it was not in my price range. This smells like vanilla to me. Let me see what it says. It's warm, comforting place that you can't wait to return to. That's the type of scent that it's lending to. So it's a warm, comforting place that you can't wait to return to. The first thing that comes to my mind is like a warm, cozy library, or even just like in the back of Barnes & Noble. Warm, cozy, like a coffee shop at dusk and you're sipping coffee in the back. That type of thing. Fragrance notes are sweet lemon blossom, orange flower, and vanilla marshmallow. Right off the back, I'm smelling vanilla marshmallow. That's exactly what I'm smelling. I'm not smelling the orange or the lemon, but I haven't worn it yet. And I know that you can smell any fragrance, and that's not what it's gonna smell like on you. That's why they offer little trial and travel sizes, or if you go to a perfume counter at, say, Macy's or Nordstrom or something, Brodop's, and you get a little vial, you could take it home and see how it wears on you, because every fragrance it's gonna smell different with your body chemistry and your pheromones. And so if you're just gonna smell it, it's gonna smell like vanilla, but when you first spray it, within a few minutes, it's also gonna smell like something different. And then when it dries down completely, that's when you're supposed to get the actual scent of it. All right, so there we go. That was part of the 3 for $7. What I do is I bookmark on my phone Bath & Body Works. Of course, you could download the app. That'd be easier. I don't know why I don't do that, but I have it bookmarked on my phone. And I check it every few days, and you can see the sale. Currently, it's a 75% off sale. And these are not 3 for $7 anymore, but you can get the other ones for $4.12 right now. So just FYI. And so I bookmark it, and then I check it every few days just to see when there's an amazing deal and a sale. And then I Google promo codes for Bath & Body Works. I do that with everything to try to find a free shipping. And if you don't find a free shipping, many times you'll find like an added 20% off discount at the end of your checkout. So, I mean, no one's really paying full price anymore unless you are in store, I would say. So the next one is Always and Forever. And this was also a blind buy. I didn't read up on it beforehand. I just thought it was really pretty, white and silver. And to me, and it says Fine Fragrance Mist. And again, this one says $8.95. And this looks very wedding-ish, bridal, a good shower gift. Oh my gosh, it smells really, really good. It smells high-end. It definitely smells high-end. And it says here, Bath and Body Works, Always and Forever fragrance is described as a sweet and comforting scent with notes of pearlized pepper, white roses, and sandalwood. I think I'm smelling the white roses. Yep, I'm smelling the white roses for sure. So if you are a fan of roses, I would say give this one a try for sure, because this is a rose scent, a heavy rose scent, not to be confused with rose water from the 70s or 80s. If you're around my age, if you remember that grandma's rosy scent, which I was always a fan of, but I know a lot of people are not in modern world. This is more of an elegant rose scent. Again, that is Always and Forever. And give that one a go if you're looking for something like that. And lastly is If You Musk. I read up on this one beforehand and I wanted to get it because it's supposed to be a dupe for Glossier fragrance. And I smelled Glossier fragrance last time I was in Sephora. I don't remember how much it retailed for, but it was out of my price range, of course. And so that's why I decided to give this one a go. And it smells very, very similar, I would say. Again, maybe 80% similar. This is, I would say, like a clean girl aesthetic, a clean girl vibe. It smells light. And I'm making a face like I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it, but I like a sweet gourmet fragrance usually, or a heavy floral. I usually don't go for a light, fresh scent unless I'm really in the mood. But of course I'm going to wear it. And I feel like this is a non-offensive fragrance that if you are not used to wearing fragrances, this one would be for you. If you are looking for a gift, again, to a teen or preteen just getting into it, or if they are a fan of Glossier, get them this, unless, of course, they already have the perfume. But this is just a light, non-offensive fragrance. If you're going to be in a big crowd of people, church or, a finer restaurant, you don't want to, smell offensive or give anyone headaches, this is also a good go-to. So again, this is If You Musk. It's a blend of sparkling pink pepper, earthy iris, a warm, airy musk. Okay, so I'm generally not a fan of musk, but if you are, give this a try. And it's also reminding me of, I smelled it at Walmart last time I was there. It's a vintage fragrance called Jovan. I'll put it here. And I think it's just called White Musk. And I think it's a very affordable perfume. That's what it smells like to me, actually. That's what it smells more so to me than the Glossier. So again, it's a warm, airy musk. Some describe it as light floral, slightly sweet with a musky base. So if you don't like musky perfumes, you won't like it. It's often compared to Glossier You and the Kaleidoscope Bath and Body Works, which I don't think I've ever smelled the Kaleidoscope one. So sometimes they'll come out with a dupe and repackage it for one that they already have. And a lot of people don't, I think that's good marketing. A lot of people would say that's kind of deceiving, but again, if someone likes the package, and in this day and world where everything is about aesthetics, the Kaleidoscope one, I'll put what it looks like here, but I remember seeing it. I've never smelled it, but I remember seeing it, and I think it's very colorful, like a kaleidoscope. And so if you have a white bathroom or a gray beige type home, you are probably not going to want something bodacious and bright and colorful on your counter or your vanity. And that's where something like this would come in. So, it depends. I don't have any problem with people or companies. I don't have a problem with companies revamping it and calling it something else, to be honest. So that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm excited to put these away now because I've had them for a bit. So I'm excited to start using them, and that is all I have for you. Let me know, what is your favorite Bath & Body Works fragrance? Comment below. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.